The most important document at the TSP and Vanguard. And I don't know about Schwab, even though all my accounts are at Schwab. And I'm going to show you how to do this. Easy peasy, man. Once you know how. And I'm going to share with you how, because I got inside scoops. I got people in all areas, all over the place, spying for me. Saying, I see what's going on there. All right, so the most important document in all financial planning is a durable power of attorney. Durable means it survives incapacity. All right, so you have three kinds of powers of attorney. A general, which stops at incapacity. A springing, which is empty until you're incapacitated, and then it springs in action at incapacity. And then a durable, which it keeps going despite incapacity. That's why it's durable. Now, a durable, you don't have to name your agent to be able to take ownership, well, not ownership, but to be able to make decisions on your behalf until you're incapacitated. I don't know why people would do that, but they do. I get it. So what happens is every time I'm doing financial planning, we'll have Missy and John, all right, and we'll say John's got $1 million in his IRA, and she's a housemaker. I'll always show Missy. Missy's the most important person here because she'll kick John in the ass to get this done. I say, Missy, let's look at old John's 401k or IRA. Yeah, okay. Who's the owner? And I'll point right to the drop down where it says owner. And it'll say John. And she'll say John. And she'll pause a second. John's to come in, and as always, yeah, but she's a beneficiary. I said, I'm not talking about beneficiary. Beneficiary kicks in, John, when you're dead. I don't want you to die. Now, you might have a comia cordis or myocarditis stroke or something like that. That might not necessarily kill you. It just might make you incapacitated. How does Missy have access to that $1 million IRA that she does not own if you're alive? The only way she has access to is a court order or a power of attorney. And again, a general power of attorney was no longer valid once you're declared incapacitated. All right, a springing power of attorney is valid once you're declared incapacitated, and going about establishing incapacity is a pain in the butt. All right, now a durable power of attorney survives incapacity. So again, my wife right now, Charlotte, she's my agent in fact. All right, on my IRA. She doesn't have her own money. All of my money is our money together, but it's in my name. Now she's obviously the beneficiary. Now, she's not here right now. She has a durable power of attorney, which means it's in effect right now. And so she could literally go down to Schwab right now and take my money out of the account and go off the pool boy to Mexico and drink some friggin' tequila if she wants. I don't know what the hell they want. Yeah. Do they drink pina coladas in Mexico? I don't know what they drink. I'm a teetotaler, man. 5/25/1997. All right. But anyway, long story short, if she were to do that, it's probably good for her. She probably ought to. She deserves it. But anyway, long story short, if I die, easy for her to get the money. If I'm incapacitated, it's not. So my man Chris Barfield sent me a link to this website on how to upload your power of attorney with a TSP. This is fantastic, dudes. I'm pleasantly surprised to see that this is this efficient. I'm stunned, actually. All right, welcome to the Power of Attorney Management System. Look, it says right there, tsp.gov, and I'll put the link in the doobie-doo. A power of attorney, POA, is not something most people think about while they're working. If and when you need one, however, you'll want your agent to be able to make decisions on your behalf to protect your interest and or finances without unnecessary delay. Exactly. We don't want at that point to go to the court and get a court order. We want to be able to contact TSP, Vanguard, and say, hey, I'm Missy or Charlotte. I need some money for my husband's account. Well, you can't do that because you don't own it. I have the power of attorney already on file, fool. Just because you have a POA doesn't mean your agent will be recognized by your employer to make benefits decisions for you. It must be specifically approved for your employer benefits. For your employee benefits, excuse me. So they have to approve it. So we're going to send it to them in advance. Keep in mind that POA can be an extremely powerful document, and you should carefully consider what authority you want to give to your agent. Charlotte is my agent, who just texted me, as a matter of fact. So let's see what the beautiful just said. She said, I said, isn't it weird? So I just texted her. I said, isn't it weird? So, because I love my wife. And I said, isn't it weird that the owner of the Buffalo Sabres and Buffalo Bills, Kim Pegula, has not been seen from in public since June of 2022, where she's had sudden illness. But she's always, since then, she's been progressing well. They keep saying progressing well, progressing well, progressing well. Now we're here in the end of January 2023. Still haven't seen old Kim, but she's progressing well. On top of the DeMar thing. She's the owner of the Buffalo Sabres right there. and the Buffalo Bills, her husband and she. All right, and then she said she's going to run to the store real fast. And so I text my wife, and she's not too kind, not too happy with that. Crazy. All right, so anyway, if you already have a POA, submitting your POA as early as possible ensures that your agent, Charlotte, will have access to your employee benefits when needed. Submit your POA directly to this system right here. All right, be sure to include the following. So I'll put that in there for you to do this. This is huge, man. I'm telling you right now. This is gigantic. So look, I'm not telling you how to word it. I don't know. You have to take that up with the LegalZoom, your attorney. I know people. I have an attorney here in Georgia who I like very much. I'm happy to refer you to if you're in Georgia. I know one in Virginia who I like very much. I've used them both when I lived in Virginia. I don't have any attorneys in California or anything like that. But if you're in Georgia or Virginia, I'm happy to refer you to these two young, well, not young ladies necessarily anymore, but these two ladies. All right, so now Denise has sent me an email about Vanguard. Look at, oh, dude, I look so studious. Oh man, I should. You know what I look like? I look like I should be in a rockabilly band with Chuck Berry. You know what I'm saying? Oh Maybelline, oh can't you be true? Oh Maybelline, can't you be true? Here we go. So Denise has sent me. So I got people everywhere, dudes. They're all doing spying on our behalf. They're saying, "Who? We're the bad guys. We're the bad guys. We're Sniffy Joe." All right, so here we go. And Denise tells me this is back from October of last year. Remember, Denise had a surprise as well. She deadline, whatever it's called, flatline, something like that, for 2 minutes. She was dead. She had internal bleeding in her stomach. And a miracle happened. She came back to life to make her husband better off because without her husband's in a world of hurt. So having a power of attorney and estate planning in order, hey, Crowley, is incredibly important for everybody. All right. All right, so Denise, hubby and I have long held fiduciary POAs for each other. When I read your recent blog on the issue of an account access in case of incapacity, I called Vanguard to see what their current requirement was. I think, like most people, I assumed the fiduciary POA would cover us until I read your post. And as is explained to me by the Vanguard representatives, basically, quote, they do accept fiduciary POAs, but they have to be received at least 30 days before you would need to invoke it. In addition, they would need a physician's certification that the account owner was indeed incapacitated. Remember, we talked about that. We talked about being incapacitated. It's got to be approved by somebody. Well, that's the physician. Well, I mean, come on, man. The physician's like, dude, I don't want to take the risk of this. What if Denise took her husband's money? The physician won't be held accountable for that. All right. If a person does not have a POA, a fiduciary POA, Vanguard has a form for that, which they can be used instead. All right. Denise said, I asked quite a few pointed questions. Oh, my wife texted me, you're welcome. Oh. Long story short, there's another form option that Vanguard has, full agent authorization form. This form gives a designated other person unfettered authorization to your account, whether the person is incapacitated or not. So it's a durable power of attorney that's in effect today, essentially. This is the option we want, which bypasses the need to involve a physician certification. Wait on, man. Vanguard is sending us 2 packets, one for each of us, hubby and Denise, to fill out and execute. And I imagine you got to get it notarized. I mean, at USA, you had to get it notarized. Incapacity is not required if this form is executed. This is the access we assumed we had, but our fiduciary's power of attorney did not allow. Your old buddy Josh stepping up again. The devil is in the details. What we don't know can hurt us. I'm so glad we called to get clarification and then just continue to assume our POAs covered us. It's best to take care of things now at our leisure that can then be hit with surprise hoops to leap through later on. What I'm saying. All right. Anyway, and I said it's a standing order because I said I heard Vanguard requires it to you had to resubmit it every 30 days, and she said no, it's a standing order, no renewal requirements, but of course the account owner always has the ability to rescind the authorization. So that freaking crushes. Denise crushes. All my viewers crush except for Liberty 1776. That guy doesn't crush. Who doesn't crush? Even John Scott's all right. He's always badgering me. He's big lib. But he's like, look, dude, I took all the jabs. I said, that's fine. Just don't mandate me have to do it. And I don't think he would, but you never know, man. This power is very addictive. You start getting power to force people to do what you think is right for those people. It's tough to turn away from. All right, let's see what Schwab does. You be any cuter. I love my guys. I got one on my lap, one over there just staring at me. By the way, I was taking the dogs for a walk today. and there's a bunch of deers down the street, and probably within 3 or 4 feet of us. Yeah, probably 4 feet or so. And Finn's just like, you know how dogs go sideways like that? That's so freaking cute. But Pablo, you know, because Pablo's a little freaking dynamite, he's like, woo, 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 like tugging on the thing. And I can't remember what happened. They got tangled up, so I went to go, and I dropped Pablo's leash by accident. And Pablo chased those freaking deer. There's probably 10 of them out of the woods. It's like, Pablo, oh my goodness, Pablo, they're gonna stomp on you. This little dog running in the woods with his leash on, still chase these deer. But I was like, where'd he go? You know what I'm saying? He's in the woods, and finally, about 10 minutes later, he's like, here I am. I was like, oh, he's such a knucklehead. All right, so here's Schwab. Power of attorney for Charles Schwab, brokerage accounts, and Schwab. Okay, so let's take a look at what this is. I need to submit this myself. So use this form to authorize a third party, your agent, be Charlotte, to act on my behalf in connection with my IRA. All right. If you're seeking out an agent to a trust account, nope. Depending on authority designation chosen in Section 2, this form may authorize an agent to withdraw money and securities from an account. Is that what Charles doing right now? Going to Mexico with a good-looking Mexican man. Oh, Mexican ladies are beautiful. I don't know about dudes, but man, Mexican ladies are freaking gorgeous. Oh, man. And Charlotte, everyone, I don't know why it's weird because she's not Spanish, but a lot of people, especially in the summertime, because she gets pretty dark, they start speaking Spanish to her. I'm like, dude, it's actually kind of funny. She gets offended. She's not offended, but she's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, because you got dark hair, dark brown eyes, and you get tan. You look like you're Spanish. Nope. All right, so let's go down to part 2 here. Those gringos like to party. But when they drink tequila, they fight for the worm. All right, so here, full trading authority gives your agent the authority to act and with all authorities of a limited trading account, withdraw funds from your account or your high yielding something investment account. I don't know what that is. Yeah, request a check, electronic funds. All right, here you go, man. A durable power of attorney is needed to grant any additional authorities to your agent. All right, so right here is what come here. All we really want is, you have to make up the choice, but this is what I want. I want Charlotte to be able to access and withdraw money from my account without needing a doctor's signature, if that makes sense. If you want to give her other stuff, you need a durable power of attorney. So agent information be Charlotte. Is there a notary seal required? Industry regulations required. I don't see any notary seal. I get a signature. Yeah, so I guess it doesn't need to be notarized. That's pretty cool. I can tell. Anyway, so there you go, man. So those are the 3 most important forms you need. If I were you, I'd get this done ASAP. Don't sit tight. Everyone says, I'll do it later. Just freaking get it done, man. Vanguard, just do it, and I'll put links to Schwab. If I can find the link to Vanguard, I'll do it, and I'll put links to the TSP as well. We go let Knucklehead outside. All right, we'll see you.